animated outsiders can never catch a break. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 animated characters that get picked on.
We did say there were crappy times, right?
For this list, we're paying tribute to the poor cartoon characters that are constantly harassed for the sake of our entertainment. For some less cartoony entries, don't forget to check out our other list of the top 10 live-action characters that get picked on.
You can't talk! You can't talk! It's part of the kids' unwritten code of honor.
Number 10. Percy the Small Engine, Thomas and Friends.
They thought the subject was funny. Percy thought they were being very silly.
On the island of Sodor, small engines don't always get the most respect, and Percy knows this very well.
When he arrived, the truck started teasing him.
Percy, green and small, he's no use to us at all. Around the yards he'll puff and blow, but on the hills he's oh so slow. Be quiet!
Percy's a little saddle tank that likes pulling the mail train and playing jokes. Unfortunately, those jokes come back to get him in a messy way. When he isn't being cheeky, he's a target for teasing by troublesome freight cars and devious diesels that try to get under his skin, or metal, pushing him around for his clumsiness. Even his best friends will poke fun at him when he feels afraid of the unknown.
Silly Percy! There's no such thing as monsters! You probably saw another haystack.
Yes, a haystack.
Percy isn't perfect, but he'll show them all that little engines can do the biggest things.
It's Slow Coach Percy.
James laughed.
You wouldn't be laughing if you were stuck in the middle.
Percy fumed.
Number 9. Dib Membrane, Invader Zim.
Okay. Am I the only one here who sees the alien sitting in class?
Dib is a dedicated paranormal enthusiast and has no trouble figuring out that Zim's an alien.
Aw, not this again. You're crazy.
Zim's not exactly a master of disguise, so everyone else is sure to believe Dib, right? Unfortunately, no. Not only do they not believe him, they deem Dib crazy and mock him for his beliefs. The most frustrating part? Dib is literally the only one trying to save the Earth, and all he gets is ridicule from a bunch of boneheads who barely even notice the obvious signs. And we mean obvious.
What a stupid field trip.
Almost as stupid as Dib.
Yeah, almost.
It's aggravating, but it won't stop Dib or his gigantic head from trying to foil Zim's plans and save the world.
Look at that cowardly human. We'll see who's stupid when...
Number 8. Steve Smith, American Dad.
You can't reason with a bully!
You got it in my eye!
Who knew the son of a CIA agent could be such a wimp? Steve is your typical high school geek trying to be cool. Unfortunately, his overconfidence usually leads to his downfall. Steve is a punching bag for cheerleaders, bullies, and even animals.
Get off me, you psychopath!
He's also completely hopeless in finding love, even if he comes close to it. That hope is instantly dashed.
They're all real, baby! So come and get it!
Yeah!
No!
Not to mention his best friend Roger humiliates him, and his own father barely respects his less-than-perfect son. He'll try to change Steve, but it usually backfires, with Steve paying the price. Despite that, Steve still loves his father and just wants to be accepted, though that could take a while.
Don't worry, Dad. I'll be brave next time something happens.
You can't make a plan to be brave. Brave is either something you are or you're not.
Number 7. Bobby Hill, King of the Hill.
Wow, Dad. How did you know this was gonna happen?
Well, I just know something about human nature, son. If you put teenagers and husky boys and donuts all in the same place, you're just asking for trouble.
You'd think Hank Hill has enough to worry about with someone like Bill as a friend. But what about having a son like Bobby? Bobby's a good kid. He's just slow going through his awkward teen years. And we mean awkward.
That's my purse! I don't know you!
Hank wants him to be an achiever in athletics like he was, but Bobby would rather make it big in entertainment, though he tends to fluctuate between entertaining and outrageous. While he may earn a few giggles, not everyone is amused by Bobby's antics. But despite their differences and his oddness, Bobby and Hank have a strong father-son relationship, even if the boy may not be right.
Hey guys, don't we all do weird things when we think no one's watching? Well, I'll be going now.
Number 6. Gustav Patton Gus Griswald, Recess.
Excuse me, but isn't it kind of early for recess?
Oh no, it's part of our daily ritual. We always go to recess at 10.
It's not easy being the new kid in school. Having been to 12 schools previously, Gus gets a whole new set of friends with the recess gang. Unfortunately, Gus is naive about the ways of the playground, which makes him an easy target. Despite his family's military background, Gus is a small and timid kid who couldn't hurt a fly. Well, not on purpose anyway.
Poor little kid was so shook up, he could never go near the playground again. Study during lunch. I did that to him.
However, when push comes to shove, he will stand up for himself and his leadership skills will surprise even TJ, as long as that power doesn't go to his head.
These cookies have nuts in them. I'm surrounded by incompetence.
Your Majesty, I'm so sorry.
Silence.
Number 5, Arnold. Hey Arnold.
Look at the clowns we have to work with. Football head and tall hair boy.
Arnold, the titular protagonist, tries to look for the best in any bad situation. Unfortunately, there's always someone who will try to knock him down, be it Harold, Wolfgang, or the 5th graders. However, the one who likes to pick on him the most is Helga G. Pataki. She'll call him names, she'll throw spitballs at him, and she'll antagonize him at any given opportunity.
Oh brother, we're living in Geeksville.
What Arnold doesn't realize, however, is that it's all just a front to hide her deepest, darkest secret. She loves the little football head with all her heart. As far as he knows, she hates his guts. But if he ever found out, maybe things wouldn't be so bad.
No, I don't. This is all a big mistake.
Oh, there's no mistake. You're marrying Helga, just like it turned out in my foolproof origami marriage predictor.
Number 4, Milhouse Van Houten, The Simpsons.
Oh, man!
Stop laughing. It will scar him for life. It is kind of infectious.
Springfield is not without its fair share of fresh meat for the bullies. When it's not the ever-so-smart Martin Prince getting tormented, the brunt of it goes to Milhouse, a blue-haired geek who isn't too bright.
Oh no, not again!
Even though he lacks social skills, he has some friends, namely Bart Simpson, though Bart sometimes takes advantage of Milhouse and either leads him to trouble or humiliates him.
I did tip off the feds as to the whereabouts of our good friend Milhouse.
I'm telling you, I didn't do anything.
I don't care.
Of course, Milhouse really has no trouble embarrassing himself. To top it off, he also has a huge crush on Lisa Simpson. Bet you can guess how well that goes for him.
I like you too, Milhouse, but not in that way. You're more like a big sister.
Though things seem grim for the little geek, eventually everything will start coming at Milhouse.
You got anybody in mind for your next crush?
Well, I'm really not thinking about that now. I suppose it could be almost anybody.
Number 3, Charlie Brown, Peanuts franchise.
You go out for the spelling bee? Charlie Brown, you'll just make a fool of yourself.
Charlie Brown is a lovable blockhead who can't catch a break. Every time he tries to do something simple like fly a kite or kick a football, it usually ends up in failure. The other kids, especially Lucy, enjoy ragging on him about his faults.
You've been dumb before, Charlie Brown, but this time you really did it. What a treat!
Peanuts creator Charles Schultz wrote the character to be relatable for those more acquainted with losing than winning, and our boy Chuck could really use a win. He hardly ever succeeds, becoming discouraged and self-conscious. But in spite of it all, he never stops trying to find that one special thing he's good at. Good thing he can rely on his best friend Linus, and faithful beagle Snoopy to have his back.
Man's best friend.
Number 2, Leopold Butters Stotch, South Park.
What's up? Huh? You think you're tough, huh?
I just don't want you to pick on me no more, Grandma.
In the earlier days of South Park, Kenny was considered the butt of the series joke, what with him constantly dying and all.
Oh my God! They killed Kenny! You bastard!
In later years, however, that title is mostly reserved for Butters. He is a lone innocent character in a sea of foul-mouthed children, ever the optimist but prone to anxiety. Unfortunately, that also makes him susceptible to being taken advantage of or hurt by other kids, like Cartman. His home life is no better as his family will ground him for the most absurd reasons, or even worse than that.
Shh. It's okay, baby. Mommy will be with you very soon.
I think that, yep, it looks like the car's filling up with water.
We should probably be worried about him snapping from all the abuse he takes. Except being evil doesn't really suit him.
Prepare, little town. Prepare for the greatest supervillain you've ever seen.
Professor Chaos!
Butters, time for bed.
Okay, Mom.
Before we reveal our number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
I'm so embarrassed.
Well, at least nobody can see you up here on the second floor, right?
See the boy in his underwear. $5.
Third base.
I'm safe. You're out.
Hello? We're on the same team?
What, you gonna go all medieval camp on me?
I can get out of this anytime.
Number 1, Meg Griffin, Family Guy.
God, I wish he'd throw me into that pile of leaves.
Hey, what's everybody? Oh my God, my diary! I hate you all!
Oh, Meg. Meg Griffin is one of the least popular girls at school, just because she's not the most attractive teen in Quahog.
My daughter needs a makeover like there's no freaking tomorrow.
Her home life is no better, as she's constantly abused both emotionally and physically, mostly by the father of the year, Peter Griffin.
Dad, I can't go through the vent.
Yeah, she's right. We need to grease her up so she doesn't get stuck. Everybody spit on Meg!
Stop! Stop! You got
The mistreatment is mostly played for laughs, but the jokes can be taken way too far. Even if Meg finally gets respect, it's immediately forgotten at the end of the episode, and the cycle of abuse begins all over again. She can mostly take the mistreatment, but it's only a matter of time before she can't anymore.
You're my mother, and you took a child's trust and smashed it into bits in a 17-year-long mission to destroy something that you killed a long time ago. And honestly, when I turn 18, I don't know that I ever want to see you again.
Do you agree with our list?
You were kind of rough on Charlie Brown, weren't you, sir?
Which cartoon character do you think suffers too much? For more down on their luck top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to MsMojo.
Sticky streams of jam trickled down Percy's face. A top hat hung on his lamp iron. Worst of all, a pair of trousers coiled lovingly round his funnel.